Hey everyone, it's Teeples here. Just got to use the headset because get weird feedback if I don't. Uh, I'm today I'm gonna rant a bit. People have told me, some close online friends and real life friends, that they like hearing my rants. Unfortunately, I won't be able to be as loud as I'd like to be because I live in an apartment. I don't want to disturb the neighbors. But there's just been a lot of really minor annoyances that have happened in the last bit for me, just in real life, like really minor things. And then I just saw like some videos of people just bitching about kids they hate, and I'm like, that sounds really fucking fun. So going to present to you 19 types of people I hate. Let's jump in. First one is the bus seat hoggers. You got to know these kids. They're everywhere. They're literally cancer, and I actually hope they just die. You literally go on the bus, long day at work, tired, you want to go home, and then literally everyone on the outer seats sitting there, bags, carts. I've literally seen a fucking cart in the fucking inner seat. A fucking cart. Like legit a cart. I'm not even trolling. And it's like, and then you just can't sit by them. They look and like you give like the kind of impression that like you'd like to sit, and they just act like they don't see you or pretend they're sleeping, and it's like on it, like really. And then you see like elderly ladies and elderly men who are like literally knees are literally buckling and they're standing up because there's no seats to sit. And like every time the bus breaks, it looks like their freaking femurs are gonna snap in half and just go out of their body. It's like honestly, like, are you that freaking asocial? Like, are you that scared of human interaction? Like, that's embarrassing. That's like worse than me in my emo years. And I couldn't even look up when I walked. That's why I have back problems now, probably, or I will in the future, because I was literally a hunchback. And even I would freaking not be scared enough to do that. Like, are you serious right now? Like, are you, or do you just think you're that privileged? Like, it's honestly fucked up. Two's liars. I hate liars. Everyone knows that. I say that all the time. People are close to me. Obviously, everybody lies. When I say this, I literally mean like people that just purposely make lies that are gonna hurt people, or they just lie like 24/7, like to the point where like even when they tell the truth, you think it's a lie, and then they get all defensive and they're like, "Oh, why do you think I'm lying?" Like, that's so like dumb. Like, I'm obviously telling the truth. And it's like, okay, like, and then they call you out for being right on like the one thing, and it's like, okay, like, sorry, but you just literally like your mouth literally is just a factory of bullshit. So like the one like that one piece of corn and the one poop that comes out that like tastes freaking good. Like, I'm sorry, but like that doesn't give you a pass. Uh, Three is slackers. Mainly work. Work. It's like you and someone else have the same job. You do way more work than them. They slack off. They do dumb shit. You get paid the same. Honestly, that's bullshit. The other side is school. You're doing group projects. You do most of the work, or it's usually only one person that doesn't really do work, uh, and then they get the same grades as everyone else. Kind of bullshit. Luckily, once you get to university and stuff, for the people that go there, this doesn't really happen in high school. At least not when I was in high school, but it would be pretty dope if it does now. But once you get to like college, university, they usually have peer review where you can review your uh, partners and give feedback for the teacher to know, and you can give them a score and actually can skew their grades a bit. So I suggest everyone takes advantage of this. I've done it before. Every time I've had a crappy partner, you just roast them on that page and they get a worse grade than everyone else, and it's justified, and you honestly feel like a fucking Chad for it. So it's good. Number five is people who legitimately think they're Japanese. Like, I love anime and shit. I'm a weeb. I fap to hentai. Like, I do that kind of shit too. But like, these are the people that like literally will like change their names on games and shit to like Japanese, change their regions to Japanese, purposely talk in broken English, like always suck up and literally suck the dick of every Japanese player. Like, oh my god, Japanese people, the Japanese person added me. Oh, I'm so good. Oh my god, Japanese people, they're so much better. They're so much better than every other country in the game. These people are so superior. How can you hate a Japanese person? They're better than you. They do everything at life better than you. Like, I want to be Japanese. I am Japanese. It's like, okay, just like, we're all human. They're not superior. Sorry. Uh, Six is loud ass chewers. You know, people that eat food and they're like, fuck these kids. Honestly, I hate myself for this because like I literally for some reason that sound it just tilts me like infinitely more than any other sound on the planet, and I hate my body that it tilts me that hard because so many people do this. It's literally like if there's anything in life that gives me anxiety, it's literally that sound. Like that sound gives me more anxiety than like when you're like pressured to fail like a fucking exam and you're whole like and or like that's literally more stressful than having a gun pointed in my fucking head at this point. Which almost happened once, by the way. Um, uh, Number seven, phone whores in public. You know, there's people that like are looking at their phones and they're just like walking like this, and they like their lines are like Division 38. Like these are the kids that would have like a 652 on Mario Circuit, for example, and then they just oblivious of everything that's around them. And then like you bump into them or they walk into you and then they like glare at you like they're salty. It's like, are you actually serious right now? Like you're literally just in the way, and like, and this also includes the people that take pictures of everything. Like, I'm standing in the middle, blocking everything. Like pictures of this, pictures of that. I'm so beautiful. Hate to break it to you, but honestly, not a single fucking person cares about your Instagram. It's just the harsh truth. I skipped over one by accident. Is that I had as number four, so just gonna go with that and just say this is number four. Parents that leave their kids unattended in public places or don't care for them. It's like you go to the store and there's the parents, and they have like three kids, and they're just literally running around like fucking monkeys, like absolute monkeys. And they're like, the parents don't even care. They're like screaming and shit. They're like pissed. I've literally had a kid piss when I was working in a retail store. The parent didn't care. The kid just straight up pissed all over the floor. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like, they just don't care. And then the kids will like run into you, and then the parents will like get really salty at you for not like watching out for their kids, and you're like, okay, like you literally don't even watch your kids, like you probably like let them fucking put forks in the outlet at home and don't even give a fuck, so like sorry. But or this one time I was at a restaurant and like this baby, not baby, it's like taught like probably like three, I let's say 2 to 3, was literally just crying and screaming for literally 45 minutes straight in a restaurant. It's like, and the parents didn't even try to stop it or care. It was just disrupting everyone. Like, okay, if you try to calm the baby and it doesn't work, like, okay, I can respect that. Like, it must be hard to having to go out and bring like little kids like that. Like, I understand that, but like, you have to at least try to handle the situation. Don't just let it cry and like talk with the rest of your family eating dinner like everything's normal and literally disrupt the whole restaurant. Like, I'm sorry, but like, fuck. So now we'll jump back to eight. People with egos that are unjustified. So these are people like, you know, those rich kids, and they're like, oh, their family literally carries them. They get all their parents' stuff. They literally have no accomplishments for themselves, but they just get carried by like teammates or their family history or whatever, and then just like act like they're tough shit and they're relevant, but they literally have nothing to their name other than like just getting their asses carried in literally everything. Like, sorry, but like you're actually trash. Number nine is actually one of my least favorite things. It's moved like it literally just destroyed the power rankings once I started playing baseball. People that sign up for team sports and they just don't try or fucking care. Like, first of all, you have to pay like 150 bucks. Okay, not quite that much, but you got to pay a good amount of money to play a sport. You got to make sure you buy equipment and shit too for yourself. And then you go to a team and like, yeah, it's to have fun, but like you got to try to win too. Like that's what sport is. Like you want to win. It's always better to win. Like let's be honest. And then there's people that just don't try. They don't fucking care at all. It's like, why'd you pay money to fucking ruin everyone else's on the team's experience? Like who's fucking winning here? Literally everybody's a loser in this situation. Like just don't pay money, don't come, like don't fucking play. Everyone wins. Uh, 10. People that blame literally anything but themselves. So people that like blame their whole life as shit because society, or they blame everything on mental illness. I hate doing that. I personally have a bit. I don't think it's as severe as like definitely like bad people, but like I have at least a healthy amount. But like I hate to use that as an excuse. You're always your own. You're your own god, in my opinion. You control your own destiny. So I hate people that just blame everything around them, blame others, blame society, blame life, blame their parents, blame their teammates, blame everything, blame the system, and then they just never look at themselves as being a potential part of the problem. And trust me, everybody is part of the problem. Every pretty much 99% of problems in your life, you at least have some contributing factor to that problem. That's just how it is, and you just got to learn to look at that and look at yourself in an analytical point of view and grow from it and learn from it. That's really all I can say. I still got a shitload more of that to do. Everyone does. You never truly finish that, in my personal opinion. I'm not going to say that's a fact, but like in my personal opinion, that's my view on this type of thing. 11 is Randys who think they're important. So these are people that like, I guess examples, give a few examples. People that just like cut in lines because they're like, oh, I need to like be somewhere fast, or like it's like no, like sorry, like you don't, sorry, like get to the fucking back. Or people that just like abuse their power, like if they're like a cashier or something and you have like 16 items and the express lane says 1 to 16, you get in the line and they just yell at you to leave because you're in the express lane, even though you have the required items. Uh, that's a very specific example, and it's because that's happened to me a few days ago, and that's I'm pretty salty about that, in quite honesty. Or this one time I was at McDonald's, and this person got a burger, sat down, opened it up, saw a pickle on it, and his face just turned red. Packed it back up, went to the counter, he fucking screamed like one of the loudest screams I've ever fucking heard in my life at this like 15-year-old girl who like looked like she was like 60 pounds and looked like she was gonna fucking like the guy could freaking breathe on her and she'd fucking collapse. This guy was like fucking massive, and it's like literally screaming, "You fucking pickles on my burger!" It's like, okay, first of all, like your cheek fat jiggling, it's like making your speech hard to hear. First off, second off, like who the fuck do you think you are? It's a fucking pickle. You fucking take it off. Unless you're deathly allergic to pickles, which if you are, then I gotta give this man an apology if I ever see him again. But he's probably dead from just being so fucking large, anyways. But uh, yeah, just like you're not important. I'm sorry, you're just not. Um, 12 is fake street beggars. These are people that go on the street and beg for money that aren't actually homeless. You can tell. You can fucking tell who these people are. Sorry, but like it's so blatant once you see it a lot. Like not some people try hard, or some people like will dress in bad clothes and then bring like a couple dogs to try to guilt with the pets, and then you have like you can honestly tell when someone's legit. Like I literally was in a like the fucking Smokes Poutineery because poutines are fucking godly, and like an outlet mall thing where I live, and this lady comes up to me and she's literally wearing like a fucking business suit and she literally has a fucking Gucci purse and she asks me for money for the bus. I'm like, are you serious right now? Like your fucking purse is probably has more fucking net value than my whole fucking existence. You don't need money. I'm sorry. Like fuck off. Uh, 13, people that purposely abuse retail workers knowing they can't talk back. These are the people that get lippy at retail workers for the dumbest things just because they know they can get away from it. I recommend anyone who works at retail, if someone's being bitchy at you and you know you're just kind of alone and it's not someone that goes often to the store, you know, not a regular, and you don't have any bosses around and someone just being a total asshole, for honesty, for fun, you should just try talking shit back once and just see the reaction. I did that once and fucking hilarious, and I never got in trouble. If you do that and then they complain and you get fired, don't blame me. But honestly, it's fucking hilarious because they just do not expect it at all, and then you drop it on them and they're like so fucking shook. It's actually hilarious. 14, people are too stubborn to ever admit they're wrong and will argue just for the sake of arguing. So these are the people that, even if you give them proof that they're wrong about something, they're just so adamant that they're right to the point where they just like, to them, it doesn't even matter whether they're right or wrong. They just want to argue about shit. Like, no one has time for that. I'm sorry. Like, nobody fucking cares, like, about your opinion. You just want to get your voice heard. Like, just shut up. No one cares about you. Let's move on. 15 is an issue where I live, and it's pretty embarrassing that it is, honestly. It's straight up just people that don't clean themselves. I would need to have some fucked up Alabama type feet to be able to count the number of people that have left a bathroom stall in a public area in the city I live in and not wash their hands or just lightly run water over it and use no soap after they took a fat shit. I don't understand how that's a thing. Go on the bus in the morning, pretty much like 80% of men and like 98%, literally like 90% of old people But old people, you got to give them a pass at times because shit gets tougher. But like people just smell so fucking bad up here. Like you have no respect for yourself or anyone else. Like I'm fat as shit. I'm ugly as hell. I still shower. I still get my fat ass and shower every morning so I don't fucking stink like a piece of shit. Like it's not that fucking hard. Uh, 16 is like low pants druggy degenerates. I don't know what to call these kids, but you probably know what I mean. I literally saw this kid once whose pants were actually below his knees, like straight up. Like he pretty much duct taped that shit to like his fucking thighs. Like I was honestly speechless. These people usually hang around in like bus stops or like the edges of malls and shit and just smoke a bunch of random shit and they're like, bro, you see that chick last night that had fucking cannons on her? Like she's fucking massive titties and they're just like, you see how they faking you think, and they just talk like they think they're tough shit, and like they just purposely try to be as degenerate as possible, and like you're just wondering how like the human race could fall so far. Uh, those people just piss me off. 17 is the main reason I hate myself. This is people who like always have big ideas, big plans. They're like, oh, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Set up a big schedule, and you're like, damn, life's gonna be fucking good when I do all this shit, and then you straight up just do none of it. You set up the plans, perfectly, you're ready to execute it, and then you just don't execute it, and you have absolutely no excuse not to execute it other than you just fucking don't. I'm terrible for this, and it's the main reason why I fucking hate myself. But I've been getting better at it, but I'm still so far from perfect at this, and it's just annoying because you just know the person's full of shit at that point. So, uh, 18 is just might make kids a little salty, but just gonna be straight up with y'all. SJWs, social justice warriors, long term, or extreme activists. We're not talking the people that want equality. We're talking about like the people that are so over the fucking top that it's actually fucking crazy and counterproductive. Like I'll give an example. People were some point on Twitter last MLB, the Major League Baseball season. There was like a phase where people, just random people on Twitter, were going through players' Twitters and scrolling back like 10 years, like literally a decade, and just finding like random tweets that have like a racial slur or something that could be seen as homophobic depending on how you look at it. Or one of them was straight up just rap lyrics from like an old rap song that had nigga in it. It just straight up said nigga in it, and then people, and then like they bring up these and then they make these huge articles and like they try to ruin the people's fucking careers they work so hard for and are like, oh, these people need to be kicked from their MLB team. They need to be banned from baseball. Like these people should be killed. It's like, are you serious right now? Are you actually serious? Like, if you actually cared about these problems, you wouldn't be fucking on the computer just starting Twitter feuds, spreading more hate. Everyone would have been better off without fucking dealing with this bullshit. Even the people that you could interpret the stuff to be from, right? Like, just you just sit on your computer and like dig up like decade old shit or just blame like everything. Like go back like, oh, Adam Sandler films are now seen as racist, sexist, and bigotry. It's like, are you serious? Like, who the fuck cares? Like honestly, like this isn't the kind of stuff that's gonna help the issue. You want to help LGBTQ stuff? How about you volunteer at gay pride parades? How about you go to schools and give talks about the prejudices and stuff and make people more open and understanding of the stuff about the LGBT community. You get people that minorities or poverty and stuff like that in inner cities, and you want people to stop with like the bullshit. How about you actually go to fucking schools and give talks again about that kind of stuff? Or if you notice there's inner cities, how about you start like a voluntary or make like a sports program where people can come and play stuff for free that you wouldn't have the opportunity to do that kind of stuff. If you want to help with poverty issues, for example, instead of just like going on freaking Twitter and like ranting about shit and just saying like these people are racist, these people are dumb, like these people are homophobic, you're literally just spreading all the fucking hate. You're just making it worse. You're literally doing nothing to contribute to the problem and you act like you fucking care. You just want attention and honestly you don't care enough. The true people that care are the ones that like you claim you care the most, but the people that actually care the most go out and actually do shit to help the foundation of the problem, not just spread more shit. That's my personal opinion, anyways. Also for SJWs, just gonna casually drop that you pretty much made Trump win the election, which was like the last thing you'd ever want to do. But honestly, you're just so toxic. Like we're not talking the people that want. Like we're talking about like you look up SJW compilations on YouTube or stuff like that. These like we're talking like the 0.01% of the extremes. Like we're talking like the extreme of the extreme people, not just like the average person. Like I'm liberal myself. I'm not as far left. I'm closer to the middle. If like zero was the middle and 100's conservative and negative 100's liberal, I'm probably like a negative 35 or something like that. Last time I took the test, it looked like it'd be around that area. So it's like, and this stuff is honestly so cringe. It's like ridiculous. And then people that are like in the middle or don't really know what to vote just get so turned off by this, they just vote conservative. And you're also giving the people you hate more media. It's negative media, but media is media in the end of the day. So let that settle in for you guys. And how about if you don't want another 4 years, stop. 19 is last one is kids who talk shit but can never take it. So these are the people that they talk hella shit. I love talking shit. I take a lot of shit. That's how it goes. It's just for me. It's like it's not fun if there's no heat for me. But there's people that like talk shit and like to start heat. But if any heat comes to them, they get all like emo and defensive, and they play like the white knight and like the play the victim, and it's like, are you kidding me? Like Kairos. I'm just dropping Kairos because fuck it. Throwback. Like literally, like people literally just fucking tell your like personally and say your team's fucking like, you garbage humans. You should fucking kill yourselves and shit. And then you call like someone a bitch, and then they get all emo. It's like, are you kidding me right now? Like, are you serious? Are you actually genuinely serious right now? Like, if you can't take shit, don't talk shit. I talk shit. I take shit. It's fun, honestly. Personally, I enjoy it. But yeah. So fortunately, I'd love to scream and shit, but again, I got a roommate, not roommates, but apartment building out. I haven't had any complaints yet, but I didn't want to go too ham. Uh, so I don't want to start getting complaints now. But yeah, that's pretty much a TLDR of 19 types of people I hate. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and maybe I'll do more rant stuff later. If anything comes to mind, I could do a whole video on bus people, honestly, but we'll see what happens. So stay classy.